I don't think it's because you're a bad person, but you're not being consistent. And agnostic by nature is to have no definitive religion. You have a mix of all of them. Because you have a mix of all of them, you cannot make a truth claim when it benefits you. That's not how it works. If I'm not married, okay, I don't get marriage benefits because I'm not married. Now that I'm in a covenant, now I get those benefits. That's how it works. Otherwise, you can make whatever claim you want, but it has no epistemic foundation. It's just your preference. Go for it, Arav. This is the second video. Any question, man, pushback. I don't know everything, but I'll try to answer.
Okay, cool. I got one question. So you would believe that everything that God does, commands, is justified and good, right? Morally.
If God is if we derive our morality from God, He's the arbiter of that, then yes. By default, if He has done it, then yes.
All right.
You gonna bring up the Canaanites in the Old Testament, the Amalekites and stuff? I knew it, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's bring up the Canaanites. What happened?
Okay, hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's just start. I'm gonna frame the argument, right?
Okay.
You would agree that killing innocent babies and children, not good.
No one's innocent. The presupposition is already out. No one's innocent. We're all born into sin, unfortunately. We have a sinful nature, but even if a baby is sinless, let's just say they go straight to heaven.
Right.
So boom.
So it's okay to kill babies?
Depends, man. What do you mean by that? Is it justified or unjustified? With the Canaanites... Okay, but you're using a very specific situation, right? With the Canaanites, why did God tell the Amalekites to go wipe out the Canaanites?
He told the Israelites to go
wipe out the Canaanites, but why? I'm asking why.
He did it
wasn't
because,
just willy-nilly.
obviously, because they were doing a bunch of sinful things, like horrible things.
What were they doing to babies?
They were doing horrible things.
Like what?
Like what? Like orgies, rape, all that.
Worse than that.
I know.
But what though? I'll tell you. But why? They were sacrificing babies on burning hands.
Yes.
So
save the babies.
So God saved the babies then?
No, God commanded to genocide all of them, including the babies, men, women, children. He didn't say he didn't just say kill all the men. Kill all the. He said kill all of them, including the children. He didn't save the children.
Yes, because unfortunately, man, sin has consequence. I'll just give you an example.
The children sin?
Well, dude, you got just hold up. Okay. If I'm a Muslim, as an example, and I'm not saying all Muslims are like this, but if I'm like a terrorist, okay, I'm in the Middle East and I'm a terrorist, and I train my kids up to be a terrorist, unfortunately, my sin has now stained them. So sometimes God has to take a massive approach and wipe out the entire bloodline. But also you have to understand that was hyperbole. Because then in the next verses he said don't intermingle with them, like don't marry with them. So they didn't actually kill all of them.
I know they didn't kill it, but God commanded to kill all of them.
Okay, but it's hyperbole because then in the next verses he then said don't intermingle with them. So yes, he did say take them out. And the reason to take them out is because they were a wicked group, killing babies, which you said is then wrong.
Then why would God not say kill all the men and women and don't save the babies?
Leave the kids? Because what if those babies grow up to be worse than they did? Just like Al-Qaeda or the Taliban in Afghanistan did. But hold up, did you know that that's how the Taliban actually formed? Because they had their fathers killed and they as little kids then said, I want to revolt. So sometimes you got to take them out too. It's kind of like, it sounds bad, but it's like, hold up, last point. Okay. It's like Hitler having a baby. Maybe Hitler has some kids and they've been trained up real ways and maybe they want to avenge their father and create World War III. So God in his providence and his foresight would have known that and said take him out.
I believe that God should give everyone a chance, right? Especially babies to grow up and live their own life and make their own decisions and their own choices.
What if those decisions cause World War III, like I just told you, and then cause more genocide?
Why didn't God stop World War II?
Because we have free will, man.
Exactly. Yeah. So God should give the children free will to choose what to do.
And he does, but here's the biggest difference. You're taking something that was descriptive in the Old Testament, a one-and-time done deal, and you're now applying it to something prescriptive. We, as Christians, I don't know if you're Christian, we are not prescribed to now just go do genocides and to go kill Amalekites. That was a descriptive thing that happened one time.
Yeah.
What's prescriptive to us? Like World War II, to love God, love our neighbor.
Right, but just because it's a one-time thing doesn't mean it's excused or like...
No, it's bad. It's not excused. Very bad. Right. That's what I mean. It's not excused.
So God commanded a morally bad thing?
No, you think it's immoral, but I just told you he was saving babies for 400 years. Bro, if you had your tribe, let's just keep it dummy simple. You had your tribe and my tribe was torturing your people, killing all your babies for 400 years. And then God told your tribe to wipe out my tribe. Is that unjustified?
Yeah, to kill children, yeah.
Okay. What's the children?
I would leave the children probably, yeah. But the women and children, yeah.
Okay, but what if those women and children grow up to want to do just that?
It's free will.
Huh?
Free will. They should have the chance and their choice.
But you're assuming.
And what if they grow up to change?
Yeah, and maybe they do. But guess what? Am I going to trust our understanding or God's providence? God and His providence understood these people with their free will are going to do the bad thing, just like the Taliban did. Not what you and I are thinking. Atheists, we presuppose that people are just born good. We're not born good, dude.
I don't think we're born good.
Okay. So then, if that's your logic, then they're not just with their free will going to be Mother Teresa's. Then we can't just assume that.
No, but you can't assume that they're going to be bad either.
Yes, I can.
No, you got to.
And it's not based off my assumption. It's what God did.
I know, but
like, can we be wrong, bro? Do we know everything? If I looked at baby Hitler, right, 50 years ago or whatever, 7 years ago, I may not know he's going to turn out to be that, but God would see the future from the end. So why would that be wrong? If God prevented that.
Because I believe that God should give children especially chances to grow up and become their own person.
Yeah.
Yes, they could. Yeah. They might become a bad person, but they might also change and follow God, right?
And it's unfortunate, bro, that because of the father, now the kids had to pay. That's unfortunate, man. So sad.
Yeah, we were having that thing that, like, we don't believe that
the son should pay for the sins of the father. Yeah, it's sad.
Yeah, we don't believe that. We don't believe that that's morally just. That, like, the sin of a father should be passed on the sins of...
Yeah, it's unfortunate, man, but we have to understand this too. Those babies would then go to heaven. That's what we have to understand. So, like, honestly, bro, they're in a better place than we are now. It's not like those babies now all just deserved hell and they all immediately went to hell.
But
so if God, hold up, but I just want to give you one more thing, right?
One more thing, and I'll go to heaven.
One more thing, right? If God creates life, okay, God can then by default take it away. Does that make sense?
If it's justified.
Huh?
If it's justified, yeah.
No. Well, we are unjustified. To God, it is justified. Whatever God says is justified because His ontology is justice. Meaning, if God creates life, if He takes away, that's justified in any way possible. That is justified because He gave us that life.
He should be able to tell us why it's justified instead of just doing it and saying,
man. What were they doing for 400
exactly.
years?
That's what, my whole point is that you're saying that whatever God does is justified, right?
Yes.
And I would say yes if you look at the reasonings and say why it's justified. Right?
We don't always need to know the reasonings, though, man. Unfortunately, in our finite... Okay, I just want to give you an example, right? If I have a 5-year-old, can I explain quantum physics to a 5-year-old?
No.
So does that mean that I can't do quantum physics because he doesn't fully understand why? That's a perfect analogy.
That is not a perfect analogy.
That's a perfect analogy because I'm still going to go do quantum physics just because he can't understand. Just because we can't understand everything doesn't then mean, oh, God can't do it, sorry, until everyone understands.
I'm not saying he can or can't. I'm just saying that...
Unless he explains if it's justified. That's what your claim was. And I'm telling you, we will not fully understand why, bro. Our minds are finite. How am I going to explain quantum theory to an ant? An ant has no clue. There are different dimensions to logic, bro, that we're not going to understand as humans. And we're not called to.
So the justification is that we can't understand the justification?
Sometimes, yeah. Because we have a finite brain. I can't explain mathematics to a 2-year-old, dude, or to a 2-month-year-old. Their brain doesn't have that capacity yet. But guess what? God's so good, He does give us a lot of times explanations. Not always. Somebody get into a car accident. I may not know why, bro. You know what my justification would be? Sin has entered into the world and we're sinful, fallen people. We're bad people. Unfortunately, bad stuff happens. If I have this and some kid puts in arsenic and it poisons me, God, why? Maybe I'm not going to know at that moment, dude. But you know what I am going to know? That God's going to work it all out for good. That's what we do know as Christians. Boom! So if you're born again, bro, you go to heaven. And I know that with certainty. That's what the Bible is. The Bible's not, every time you suffer, you're going to know. That's not a biblical presupposition. Right? Okay, good. You're a smart dude. You're kind of understanding. Keep going. Keep going.
Right.
These are good questions, dude, but keep going.
Yeah. No, a lot of time when I ask Christians about the Israelites and how they just go, we won't understand it. It's God. What God does is justified. We might not understand it, and that's okay. And I'm like, that's kind of like a non-answer, and they kind of just, that's all they give me.
Yeah.
All they give me is like a non-answer that we won't understand.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for a justification, something, and then I'm not getting it, and I'm like...
Yeah, well, the Canaanites, you know why 400 years to sacrificing babies? And what did the Amalekites do to the Israelites first? They first attacked them.
Yes.
Okay, so there's your justification, yeah. But then the last thing
But I don't think that's justified to fight back, but not justified to genocide babies. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can... If God commanded the killing of, like, the adults and the people doing the crimes, that, I think, would be morally justified.
I get it.
Right?
I get it.
But
unfortunately, man, those babies could grow up to be very bad individuals.
You could say that about any baby ever.
Sorry?
You could say that about any baby ever, that they could grow up to be bad, they could grow up to be good.
So in my finite logic, I'm not going to take action, but in God's providence, knowing the end from the beginning, when He does, it will be justified. But I want to make one more claim, too. If you're an agnostic, right? Who cares if they...
Hindu.
You're okay, Hindu. I know you said you're kind of Hindu, but you are also kind of agnostic. You said that in the last video.
Yeah.
So an agnostic, atheist, whatever it is, Why is any of this good or bad? There's no such thing as good and bad. Why don't I just wipe out all the babies? And to me, my brain thinks it's fine. You have no morality to pull from the get-go. You're actually, it's so ironic, they pull from the Christian morality worldview system to then say this morality is good or bad. The atheist can't account for anything.
In Hinduism, we believe...
okay, but last video, and I'm going to catch you, you jumped. You said, I'm Hindu now, I'm atheist here, I'm agnostic here. So you are a Hindu agnostic. No, you didn't.
I never once said that I'm an atheist.
Okay, so you're an agnostic.
I'm a Hindu.
Last video, I have it on camera. You said you're an agnostic. Oh, so now you changed your position?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I don't think I fully knew what agnostic meant back then. And I think I've learned and educated myself over the time, and I think I now identify myself as a Hindu.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. I would still say in the Hindu system, you don't have that same morality to judge based upon.
So in Hinduism, we believe in karma.
Yeah.
Right? Good karma, bad karma.
Yeah.
So we do have a thing of kind of what's
So what is good and bad to the Hindu karma? Define ontologically good and bad, epistemically. Because you said you're a Hindu now, so let's see if you are a Hindu. Because I can define exactly what good and bad is. As an agnostic, you can't. As a Hindu, you have a bit more leeway, but let's see it.
In Hindu, well...
Or is it all preference again?
Huh?
Is it all preference again? Good and bad karma is just up to preference, right?
Not using the word preference is kind of weird, but it's not a preference. It's just my life experiences over my 18 years of life on what I've been taught to learn as good and bad.
Yeah, that's not a Hindu claim. Again, you're going to agnosticism. Okay. So you got to be consistent. If you're a Hindu, then you don't use agnostic claims. If you're going to use agnostic claims, I'm saying you're an agnostic. Because that's what you did last video. You tried to weasel out to say I'm a bunch of different things, which actually made it a lot harder for me. I still got you, but it made it a lot harder. If I keep you dialed in, it's like, it's game over.
I'm not too religious. So
you're an agnostic then. Just concede. Okay. So then nothing's good and bad.
Define agnostic.
Agnostic is you just don't know, man. You don't know. Maybe there's a God, maybe there's not. You're not a Christian, you're an agnostic.
But I believe in the Hinduism gods and all that.
Okay. Epistemically, let me know, what's your moral code for good and bad? That was my
moral code
question.
For good and bad? Probably, I guess, agnostic, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, but religiously and like the gods I believe in and stuff like that, I would say Hindu.
You can't pick and choose. That's a fallacy. You have to be consistent. You're either a Hindu, and if you are, then I'm going to berate you on what are the epistemic claims of good and bad, or you're an agnostic. You're pulling from both, man. I'm telling you, bro, like you're an agnostic. So we can finish it there. In agnostic, you have no justification for good and bad. I can take with all the babies, and in my brain, I think it's fine. Who cares? You only think it's bad because you're actually pulling from the Judeo-Christian value system to say that murdering is bad, and then you're presupposing that on God. You're using God's morality and then putting it back on God and saying, bad God for using...
No. My morality aligns with God, with the Christian God sometimes, but I am going with the Christian values to base on what for you.
Yeah, so you're picking and choosing. It's inconsistent.
No.
Laws of logic, they're exclusive. Does that make sense?
You're saying that I'm basing my morality on Christianity.
You just told me that. You said 30 seconds ago, you said I closely rely with my morality on Christianity.
I said sometimes my...
There you go, sometimes.
I literally said the word sometimes.
Yes, sometimes is picking and choosing, is it not?
No, I'm not. But I'm not basing it on that. I'm just saying my morality, based on my life experiences, can align with Christianity sometimes.
Yes, that's called picking and choosing. Sometimes, the times that it does, yes. The times that it doesn't, it doesn't. That's a fallacy.
I'm not. No. I have my own path. Christianity has its own path.
Yes.
Sometimes they align. That doesn't mean I'm picking from it.
Yes, it does.
I'm not basing my morality off on Christianity.
You said this is my morality, this is Christianity. Sometimes it aligns. At this point is when you're picking from it, and when it doesn't, you're not. Dude, come on. This is like grade 1 math.
Hold on. I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead. Explain again. Explain how that's not picking and choosing. When it aligns with you.
Yes.
Yeah, at this point you like it, at the other point you don't. How's that not picking and choosing?
That's not... Because you're saying that I'm basing my morality on Christian values. Hold on. I'm not basing it on Christian values. My morality can sometimes align with Christian values and sometimes not.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean my morality comes from Christianity. My own moral basis.
Yes, we know. You're
slavery
a buffet, bro.
is bad.
You're a buffet. You have a little bit of everything, and that's a fallacy to pick and choose. Dude, that's what you're saying. I'm not, because you yapped half an hour last time. I know where you're gonna go.
No.
You're an agnostic, dude. You have a little buffet of everything. You can't make any truth claim. Let me ask you this: is 1 + 1 always 2, or is it sometimes different when it doesn't align with what you want? Just answer that. Is 1 plus 1 always 2? Or is it sometimes 3, sometimes 4 when it doesn't align? Because if you answer this, the debate's done.
I really don't think you're understanding what I'm saying.
No, just answer that. Is 1 plus 1 always 2?
1 plus 1 is always 2.
So the argument's done. So then you believe in a truth claim. Let me answer. Christianity is exclusive from other truth claims.
Yes.
You cannot have 2 truth claims.
Yes.
The argument's done, dude. This is not hard to understand.
I don't think you're understanding what I'm saying at all. For real, I don't think you understand what I'm saying.
No, dude, I don't think you understand what you're saying. I'm not trying to be rude.
Do you think some Muslim beliefs align with Christianity beliefs? Are they picking and choosing them?
Yes, because you have to look at it as a whole. It is a fallacy.
Yeah, that's why I'm not Christian. If I was Christian, I would agree with all the Christian values.
Yeah, I know you're not Christian. You're agnostic. You're picking a buffet. Dude, we're going to go in circles for 20 minutes. I'm letting you guys know we're going to go in circles for 10 minutes. Go for it.
Can you, pause?
No, but I'm only doing this because last time, bro, you did this for 20 minutes. Okay.
Pause.
Can you let me know if he does it. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Pause and just
it's all
open your mind to what I'm trying to say. All right? My morality is not based upon Christianity values. However, they can sometimes align with Christianity values, but that doesn't mean I get them from Christianity values. That doesn't mean I'm picking and choosing. I can say slavery is bad without saying that's based upon Christianity values.
Yeah. Okay, can I answer? Or
sure, yeah, that's it.
Laws of logic. Okay, This is the first law of no contradiction. What we do is we look at value systems, not picking and choosing, but as a whole. We have different whole value systems. Yeah. Hinduism as a whole is different from Buddhism, is different from Islam, is different from Christianity.
But they have some lines.
I'm not done. Okay. They're different because they're exclusive. Jesus makes it clear he's the only way, the truth, and the life. That by default then disregards the other religions. What you're doing is you're saying my morality sometimes lines with yours, sometimes lines with you, sometimes it defies the law of non-contradiction.
All I'm saying is that sometimes my morality aligns with it, and sometimes it doesn't. I'm not basing it upon Christianity. You get what I'm saying now?
And I agree with you, but here's the problem. Because you're not of anything, you actually lose the credibility to make any definitive claim. I cannot have a buffer. Listen, dude, I cannot have now if I'm a Christian, if I'm a full Christian, I have the epistemology to make claims from Christianity. If I'm a full Muslim, I have the epistemology to make claims. If you're an in-between, you do not have that same authority. You don't get that same credibility because what you're doing is you're picking a little bit of everything. So fundamentally, dude, we're fighting with 2 different weapons. And that's what agnosticism is. That's what I'm telling you.
Saying that I'm picking means that I'm basing it upon those religions.
You are. Is murder wrong?
Yes.
To what religion? What religion is it wrong?
To almost every single religion, but that doesn't mean I'm basing it...
Is marrying a 6-year-old wrong?
Yes.
It is wrong? Oh, well, Islam don't say that. So you just picked and choose from which religion? Which religion did you just choose from?
That would be true if I'm basing it upon a religion.
Okay.
But I've already told you my moral basis isn't based upon a religion.
I know, it's based off your preference, dude. You're an agnostic. It's based off whatever you want it to be. So what is it based off, dude? Because if you
my life experiences based on what it's taught me. I've told you this. Okay.
Dude, basing it off your life experiences is being a secular or an agnostic.
I don't think that you're understanding what I'm trying to say. That's okay.
Okay, I give you 2 more minutes, I'm gonna go, because you're not being genuine, dude. And I know you may not understand, but if you look at the comments on the last video, every single person
I don't think I debated that well, no. I think that...
I don't think it's because you're a bad person, but you're not being consistent. And agnostic by nature is to have no definitive religion. You have a mix of all of them. Because you have a mix of all of them, you cannot make a truth claim when it benefits you. That's not how it works. If I'm not married, okay, I don't get marriage benefits because I'm not married. Now that I'm in a covenant, now I get those benefits. That's how it works. Otherwise, you can make whatever claim you want, but it has no epistemic foundation. It's just your preference. That makes sense, right? Okay, dude, I'm not trying to be mean, bro. You know that makes sense. I might go over your head, but that makes sense. What you're doing is you're picking and choosing. It's a buffet. It's whenever my morality, which by the way can change tomorrow, aligns a little bit with Christianity today, a little bit with Islam. You can't make a definitive universal truth claim off your morality, your preference. Argument's done.
I've told you before that
please give me patience. All right, guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. We are here again at UTSA, guys. New camera, new lens, new setup. Maybe it looks a little bit different. We really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I don't need these. Excuse my Asian eyes. And yes, guys, get out there, share the gospel. You guys can download one of my signs below if you guys want to hit up a campus near you. And we just really hope that good seeds were planted today. I know sometimes in these debates it can come across as a little fiery or a little heated, but you guys need to understand that that is the biblical gospel. Jesus is not just a gummy bear, lovey, huggy, cupcake, allow people to stay in their sins, my truth, subjective morality. That is a woke, fake Jesus. Jesus was decisive. He said, let your yes be yes, your no be no. He chased people out with bullwhips, guys. He called people brood of vipers. And it doesn't mean that we should ever look for confrontation or like try to fight. But when we're called to give a defense, guys, we're called to stand 10 toes down. So thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Shout out to Mal. She's 29 weeks pregnant. You want to show them? Look at that baby bump. And yeah, we'll finish it there. If you guys enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe. If you guys want to gift into this ministry, support myself, Mallory, a little baby Christian on the way. It is literally just us two guys. We're like a little traveling, what is it, like Priscilla and Aquila? Is that the right names? And yeah, you guys can always gift into that below. Thank you so much. Or there's apologetic evangelism coaching. If you guys want to take this more serious, get out to the campus, learn apologetics, epistemology, polemics, you guys name it. Thank you. Have an amazing day, and we will catch you next video. Till then, much love. Peace.